birthday to Madame Mavis Kisi Ousu of the Metro Education Office, Kumasi. We're from Ureku Ousu from UK. And I'll say, yeah, wish you a happy birthday. And so, far, and manu. Okay. It's ever high Pure 95.7. Sadia Mamunimno. Yeah, live on Facebook, Pure FM Ghana. Samson on YouTube, and so wait to me. I show the bike and come board on YouTube, Pure FM on YouTube, so wait to me. I show no, and so hold on. Yo, Kumasi Asante will go see you. Nana Amponsah. Nana Akwa.
Can't come here near. Let us say.
Namia do me hoye na unso e.
Adumara ka we je. Me ndi kan patch out for being late. I say Kotoko adwuma no. Edoso. Ti mi si mo ana mi nya emergency.
Okay.
Meeting be now.
Yeah. David Mama so ti say. Yeah, late kakre but say over hano. No.
Time late.
Yeah, say we training on the ezoka. Well, Minister, Nkomode, what did you bring interviews a hold on? Internet, no one, you a lot of questions from listeners, and yeah, Isana. I can listen to her saying, the days on quiet as compared for. Okay. Nana, I come with you.
Yeah.
Season, no, and chance because of time, Niti. Season, na baby, Asante Kotoko, trophyless. Me as Obia per reason I'm going to be the trophy. If you say the sale of Kampoku, they don't really help. Material on a number of occasions, I can say mobile away from home, no, and the container the major factor. Osha Ebia, after all the things you said, Osantanasi now reflect here. Would you agree with Omomuka Kampoku and you still feel that Kumasina Moyam they contribute to Sadiwinya?
Minya meda CBU ni dikan with the Uchendu Amponsah say waje jojo dia beduha na mechia kurura from so 2472 and the board of directors of Asante Kotoko led by Dr. Kwame Chey and na momo suminya akwenya say me mesum the kukesi say Asante Kotoko na mechia Kumasi media nyina ne Ghanaian media in general. Here, the owners of the club, the supporters, and you almost support their mind through a Michelle Bia. When it comes to appraisal, say where did you make DB now? Ni kuyi, ni ankuyi, ni adieno. A process. Season, let me say a baby, Sunday, and a baby. Factors that contribute to your successes and failures in different sectors of a club on this season, you know. You put all the factors together yet. Because okay. Technical team, the report as management, every department in the report about commercial, administrative, operations, legal, and a report to then we have a comprehensive report to present to the board of directors. And also have our recommendations for the way forward. However, you bit my digest it near money because the questions have come. I'm in fact Kwame Poku the end of first. Then be I say football and yeah 1+1. Because football and 1+1 is very difficult to say a be 2, yeah then a be 2. Very difficult, but of course to me, I reflected. Kwame Poku, he was our number 1 striker, scoring 7 goals in the league and 1 in the Champions League. Aside Kwame Poku, the only other person watching goals was 2 was Imoro Ibrahim, the left back. In Tinosha, Kwame and Imoro combination was 9. At the time of Kwame Poku call, first one they about 14 matches. Now you go say actually 13. In terms of the goal tally, Kwame contributed to almost all our goals. But there were also games that Kwame and Shah we couldn't win. Before Kwame said about 3 consecutive matches Kwana on share goal. Now Yen say Kwame call goal distribution ebe widen here. A lot more people took responsibility of goals. The replacement, one of the replacements by Kumi. 4 goals at the end of the season. 5 goals. Okay. Fabio Gama share 4 goals. Emmanuel Jenfi share 5 goals. Daniel, the defender, ebe share 4 goals. Vinicius in a short period ebe share 2 goals. Ebe share more goals compared to the period na Kwame Waha. However, no, he was our leading scorer, and it wasn't our plan from day one. Say Beton Kwame,
and he's still the top scorer for the season, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, Ubin Tona Kokobedie kwa. I'm sure so ma Kokobedie. Ubin Tona Kokobedie kwa. Circumstances be, and the man band said we had to sacrifice Kwame to sustain the team and other players, because at the time near some financial EBA. Upon hindsight, no, you are say Yantona okay. Ninja, you say that and they say Sika ni nimsi yaton na ben many man they solve problem no. Ama. But Sika no so na ama no, the fact that we had a contract say contract ni nim say ye expect Sika bi no. And also my it me gina so adjustments be within our financial machinery, no, because Sebio Fanese Owahai Unia need a Sobia Sike Biba. Untimikra Lubin Kokasa said, Mammy, throw an ass in Puanami Fanya Bibi.
Okay.
But say what ton car na car and if I was what ton car $10,000. Na
we do count
we have $5,000. With me, I catch you be so. My Tom me car $10,000. Which criteria, me expected $10,000 a brace. And I'm 5,000. I'm fine the end sustain BB.
Okay.
Before into all in all, no. Upon hindsight, many will say so. Kwame Wanke Beji League. A possibility, a high probability so Hanka, your Beji League. There is also the possibility so Hanka in the League. Kwame Wanke got that top of the table once. That is after you share Karela, no. Later, you be drop here. Assign echo top of the table. Tama you train House of Folk 7 points in the league. Na Kwame ni ha. Tama you train the entire league 4 points at the top. Na Kwame ni ha, but we're able to achieve that.
Okay.
In Jobizubeka say, and I say no ni ha, we're able to achieve all that. Now I didn't know so one share all the factors, individual factors. Now one assessing year you may say wait tina ekoba ni say afo be solve e ho no na ne di wonya na nkasa no e hye ba bi na egusu ye den e di wonya. But you mentioned Babayara, and this is an obvious you say every team in the world, you can name any team in the world, their home is their fortress. Ubeshe league say your calculations, oh menya home points say away me win say now me draw say yeah, this wins me the league. So at the beginning of the season you could have said, okay, Kotoko, we have 17 home matches. Out of the 17,
but we need 15.
No, yeah, you win 15. And now they win 14. You draw 2. And on a bad day you lose 1. You have those point tallies down. Away there, away there ding. To be away no, you win 5. You board draws by 7. You lose in the aka. And on our day calculation. Emma would the then would the colleague. But here is the case, sir. Kotoko away performance. Away table now. We can quickly check the away table. If you go to live score, quickly check. Kotoko train House of Folk. And before I may continue, I want to state something clearly.
Okay.
I am not here to give excuses why we didn't win the league.
Okay.
A assessment and a question sabana. Answer.
Okay.
Now Ubi in Kasi, when we league no excuse no.
Okay.
At the end of the day, no, me back Kotoko me can be the very first day was unveiled. Me say a bad league in as much as what the performance is top on my priority, no. A bad league jia. Penyifo bebre di menima beji bia Kotoko. A bad Champions League crown and penyifo be di menima den abeji bia Kotoko. Na yes Bruce say me be shemu kena. Me no me ba say structures bia any pieces bia anyho into ubia ba they seem to start from ground zero no. That is one top priority of this management. Say it will be a thing of the past. So we'll lay a foundation ubia ba they will just plug in and continue from where we've left off. And it's not just about sporting performance.
Okay.
But these structures, make sure the sporting performance and also echo strong. Because when you see all the top teams in the world performing now, it's not out of the vacuum. A year structures or mashishe and a year ejuma emma omutimi yeden. A perform.
Yeah.
To going back to the American, we share the away table. Kotoko had 26 points. The second team is House of Folk, 21 points. That means
which means that you did better away
5 points gap
than home, because
okay, now over home table Adriana is first with 43 points. House of Folk is second with 40 points. Kotoko is 12 with 31 points. Home performance. So let's assume without admitting, say home performance we match even Wafa or Mediema, who were fourth with 40 points at home. Mediema did fourth in the home table with 40 points. Yamachi Mediema at 40 points.
To your point,
the point gap of 9 to our point, would have won the league. And Ubia in himself, Baba Yara, who shared previous records. Kotoko have done well at Baba Yara. You can check previous records.
I understand, but Nana, why the decision to play in Accra?
Okay.
Because Obuasi Oho.
Let me.
You're much closer.
Yes, let me.
And eventually you came to Obuasi.
Okay, so let me explain. And yes, at the time I hear Accra, no, now you say we have matches in our Accra. You conversation with the powers that be at the time.
Okay.
And they informed us that Accra was going to be ready by middle of November. Baba Yara was going to be ready by middle of November. Until we're supposed to play only one Champions League match. A year the one against FC Nwadibu.
Okay.
Accra and come back
to Kumasi.
At the time, when we say Champions League, say Obi Babedu Accra, the capital. Not distance between Accra and Yakobo no you bear all the cost. At the time, so now Abayama who say 25% of fans can go to the stadium. In the calculate okay, there were a lot of fans in Accra. Say about Accra sports, not 25%, you 10,000 capacity. Compare it to the capacity of Obuasi, 25% of Obuasi. Africans who hear Sika now they are then. Odiabo. So we were going to Accra to play a couple of matches and then come back to Kumasi. Idea ni nim say from beginning say enya dia Kumasi ne be ready even as of now.
Okay.
We would have planned ahead.
Okay.
But if you go through the government machinery and the promises that came, a be ready November, a be ready December, a be ready January, a be ready. It was up until April. And you realize you say, you know what? Kumasi is never going to be ready for us. Let's shift.
Okay. But at the point you were thinking about Tamale.
Yes.
Anything in West than Accra.
Tamale, no. The reason why we're thinking about Tamale is that team will be anyhow.
Okay.
So owning it as yours compared to Accra at a point, not teams very 4 or 5 teams. One a year, maybe for say D and Yanson, if I say Okobo Olympics, okay. Now Ubo home, but Ubo Olympics for Accra. You will travel all the way to Accra. Olympics to watch Lagos City to watch Liberty to watch House of to watch. But say Tamale dia from Kumasi to Tamale no. And you're shorter than from Accra to Tamale. So at least those teams will have to travel away to Tamale and also experience an atmosphere that is not homely. But what's in American I say? Because Olympics Accra no ba Tamale unfairly at home. Because and at the distance of travel, now almost go through traveling difficulties in it because we should have traveled over 6,000 kilometers this season.
By a club like Bekum Chelsea, a club like Bechem Bedru Hejao.
Yes, but still no.
But don't have Obuasi as good to Kwan Bedru Hejao. Which means that Obuasi could have been a better option compared to
Obuasi could have been a better option, but availability at the time was also an issue. Yeba Obuasi. We were paying 10,700 per game. Or the other charges, we were paying as go 10,000 cedis per game. We wouldn't have paid that at Tamale. Accra were not paying that.
Okay.
What can I say? As of Fenora, a check we had paid about 117,000 just for 11 matches at Obuasi.
There's an Obuasi much more expensive.
Meanwhile, no, me and Obuasi no yeah background. We had calculated okay Obuasi there to save cost, considering perform cost stadium near there 25%, Obuasi bit me free anopa. But the coach said no, I want the team to stay there a day before. So eventually or what cost no cross sign bed boy
because it becomes almost the same thing.
It becomes almost the same thing. The only difference Obuasi near Accra no be the traveling pressure boys in the film and all that. And these are the reasons why am I heading Ekopio.
Well, they come about Kwampoku dia or about Sikasemi. I want to a tree as a missing me particularly because sponsorships Hisense, Seek, Star Life, Adonko, Next Level, Cedar Chemist, a lot of sponsorships. After the next match is going to go same problem.
Okay.
Something that's kind of way.
Okay. Very good question. Uko ekobia and you look at revenue and expenditure. Okay. Every football club in the world, the traditional or common revenue sources, gate proceeds, number one, which is very consistent. Then sponsorship, which is idea bit me by saying and in terms of getting the sponsorship itself, and a player sales, and also a bit me said Now due to Corona, the most consistent one was not there.
The gates.
The gates. Under normal circumstances, Baba Yara, not every match, you 10,000 spectators, paying an average of even 10 Ghana cedis. Saying that's 100,000 cedis.
100,000 Ghana cedis.
100,000 Ghana cedis per match. It is about 2 matches in a month. Are you saying 200,000?
Maybe 300,000 free.
Oh dear. Say 50,000 as charges. When you want 50,000,
let me put you 100,000 because the charges in there almost half.
Oh dear, 100,000. Do you know what 100,000 would do for Kotoko in a month?
Okay.
It pays almost all player wages. Now here is the case: you are not getting gate proceeds at all. I mean, for majority of the season, nothing at all. But you are even paying extra cost for the facility now. And the cost of even playing the match, far outweighs the cost, the revenue that comes in. There were several matches that we played in Accra. Now process be any Yebo has of now the Yebo has Replica has of even with 25%. Yebo has was an empty stadium. And Kasika Ebenya with House of Folk can go a very long way. And previous seasons, Kotoko always plays us at Babayara and makes certain amount of money. Yebo Champions League, any Confederations Cup. There were times previous seasons recently I would check books in a Kotoko grossed 700,000 cedis in one Champions League or Confederations Cup match. Here is the case: we played all empty stadium. This time, soon our travel cost to Champions League was the most expensive. Your chartered flight twice, Air Force flights to Mauritania and to Algeria. We had to go by charter. You and I know you cannot compare normal travel, passenger economy travel to a chartered flight. But so the cost this time, COVID, so don't forget that COVID brought its own attendant cost. For instance, we had immediate plans to move players from hotel to apartments. Okay, arrangement. Then from medical direction, you need to create a bubble for the players to stay in, because the moment player be free train about trotro and over taxi so okufi who name what the player is exposed to. Obabaka also then or testing and the cost of testing players every day we couldn't bear it. One cost is about the time about 400 or 500 cities. Team say every day players by trainer better. So as against our initial plan of taking them straight to apartments, we had to continuously keep them in a hotel. Now imagine Tima or when ni constituency Kumasi players the hotel or call away Kobo in Accra players the hotel, and the players travel a day, extra day ahead of time because of the distance to recuperate. Say Kumasi no more and Omobohoma, they won't travel, they won't have to go even to a hotel a day before if it means say Omo Campia. It will be just one night. But here and Albuasia one night. Here is the case, you have to go 2 days before, extra hotel, extra feeding. One more example, here Kobo Mauritania match, Here Kokaf said the game will be on Friday. Okay. Tianya charter plane. Yeah, they call on Wednesday. You could do Wednesday. We train on Thursday. Play the match on Friday. You movie aircraft from Air Force Base, Bedu Kumasi Airport. Players in the tennis we an email from Mauritania for say due to their independence celebration, we move match into Sunday. Here is the case: 2 extra days of hotel, 2 extra days of feeding, 2 extra days of you're kind of saying keeping the aircraft on the tarmac. On the tarmac, we had to have a management meeting on the tarmac. So what do we do? Do we fly back to Accra and say you're training a call Friday? Then it came up and said, what if Mauritania for Nasenia bro, Kafunyan sending bro? What if Uku Friday Kaf said no, the match is supposed to be on Friday? They are already in their country. So we wrote to CAF and decided we'll fly. We got there and CAF responded and said it's going to be on Sunday. Now Uko did 3 days. Now Ababaye 5 days. That's about 70% extra cost. Now aircraft is on the tarmac for 2 extra days. You are keeping the crew for 2 extra days. These are all costs that wouldn't have ordinarily come in. Around COVID time, you know, to be our COVID test. Ukona ubedu our COVID test. COVID test at Kotoko was $150 per person. Imagine a contingent of 40. Ayakwayaba. Ubedu ya na ano. Oye den COVID test. Ukodu COVID test. Ukodu our den COVID test before the match. Sometimes because of tricks and other clubs, you know, udu our udika ya wow COVID test to make sure say be okay and sana wasa another COVID test. And the cost around clubs in this COVID moment period, you know, and yet agro you cost increasing by maybe 70-80%. Okay. Meanwhile, your revenue is more or less zero.
About sponsorships in Kwan.
But about sponsorships in Kwan and a support from the board.
Okay.
But what am I saying?
Okay.
Here is the case in Soa. Don't forget, we did recruitment. Because we had 38 players. Coach said 19 of them I didn't want. I want 19. Out of the 19, only 2 were our players. Only 2 were not our players. So only 17 were our players. So to get to a squad of 30, you need to recruit about 13 players together. Bringing in 13 players is not easy. Here is the case, sir. Those that you are disposing of, the other 19, you cannot just say Omonko Keke. This management did very well to ensure say 15 of them equal without any rancor. Some terminated and let free. They sign off your outstanding Omanje salary to Omanje free. It being so gidi negotiations edgy 3 months salary equal oji 1/3 of so out of 19 a move for say yeah the NTS yeah outstanding sign off na yeah ji ni na obeding e kana odiom even some of them you know mutinase momotiase a player like Ayukutete I don't like to do specifics. He went to the secretary to sign his termination agreement whilst Jima was with him or printed document we are oba no sorry because when you call someone sign bill oba anything e kana wedding odino. Don't forget say you buy and so no you see the Japade uba and Japade na beto your wedding obefa. Exactly. So you need to take responsibility. If you're a man like Omona someone, a legend who has served Kotoko all his life, you buy no Kotoko Ghana Labour Commission. We said no, this is not something that we should encourage. We called the man in and had a settlement agreement with him. We had to pay because for such a legend, this is a man that is visually impaired now. These all cost. I mean, of course, there are transfer fees that you need to pay. Yes, a player like Christopher Neti, we wanted him to stay, but the club said, no, we are recalling him because there's a transfer fee of 203,000 cedis you've not paid. You need to pay. That's about $35,000. At the time, the boy had been called to Blaster. Oh yeah, very good player. Would you let him go? No, you need to get him. Yeah. And the point is that you can't even let him go because player no, what on? It's a quite important day. Go for it to all muntia eke. Yet mean kase fire them my back. It doesn't work like that within the regulation. They just have to pay us. So for Christopher Nate, we have to pay 203,000 cedis. And Tisobi Buza said, Nasikano were here. I don't want to go too much into details.
It's gone into all these expenses.
But they must understand that, and I know supporters will bear with me, say, we have an able board, a board of astute men. Our modality policy for management, you follow. We don't do things on our own. We do things in consultation with the board. Now, there are several instances we've had to deal with issues. Look at the judgment debt. There's a difference between judgment debt and outstanding debt. Judgment debt, your debt, our cost. Outstanding debt in the Udini Panica. Ebia, what terminated contract do wrongly, now offer judgment debt. But Udini Panica, or say, may call Babia, meet me seek redress. And I know, we can say, there's only one GFA in Ghana. And there's only one status committee. If 20 players have issues at Asante Kotoko, all of them will go to the same player status committee. It doesn't mean that Kotoko player status committee no problem. But these are people who are seeking redress because they do not understand. Kankamuti way, ebia wana wayere irreconcilable differences. Timunti mintinebium. Who try sa wana no be kan fie boko wana ma eden. Mo charge apade. O se mema out 2 houses. O se me per 5. Mema out 3. O se me per 5. 3 or se me per 5. No de wako court. Eno nkyere se bio why bonny.
Yeah.
Eye ntiasie bi na enye adwuma in terms of settlement. Eno ko siki redress. Entino this season the club has suffered. The board have been very helpful. Management we've done amazing work. Now yes ntiasie say e kepi wo wa yetua yes ntua biom. There are some fixed assets I invest this car in. Going forward, no, we are not going to invest in the same assets again.
Okay.
What am I saying?
Okay.
And you know, bringing the club to an economically viable status, means clearing debt, sustaining recurrent expenditure to break even before we start making profit.
Okay. Well, generally, meaning. Oh, mommy, rough figure there. Kotoko, how much do you spend in a month?
It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a lot. I'm fun to say,
maybe 200,000 on salaries.
Say on in dollars and how can see this? Okay, mommy answer. Mommy answer and say, before I even go into the specific answer, I want people to respect Kotoko. Kotoko is a great club. Ye Bobreno and Yahoni was say. Recently, RS Bekani has got a ball match. Out of the Bekani squad, 3 of them, no more, they were on $50,000 each a month.
Yeah.
1 player salary, a Kotoko expenditure for the whole month. Is that where we want to remain? Bekani player bako salary. In the past, I took players like Awa Mohammed, Matana Samoa, Karim Alasa, and go to North Africa. As far back as 2011, I made Karim Alasa and call Samalek, not get $30,000 a month. Awa Mohammed, as far back as 2015, Maja Casablanca. So, my nipa being feeling say we have to stay at this status. I'm looking for a day. Recently, Alali, they spent $89 million in a year. $89 million. Kotoko spending and 10% of that. Okay, saying
8.9
million a year. But if Kotoko is not spending $2 million a year, and we are expected to compete at the highest level, we see the dog gun and one my talents in abundance. So we are able to challenge these our brothers on the continent sometimes. Otherwise, we should not go near them unless we are ready to build ourselves to that level.
But on the Ghanaian continent, Ghanaian country there, and I say our level, Kotoko, very high spenders. You spend a lot.
Yes, I think we are spending in club. Yeah.
Most spending a lot.
Yes.
Because I said some time ago, the man, maybe Kotoko MTN deal, or maybe was it 50 or 60,000 a month? Was because that Kotoko salaries was around that figure. But now, because of say, your friends say signing on fee, salary to the cost.
Okay, Mami explain it.
Sign on fee. Maybe 2.5, 250. So the okay name say 300,000 a month.
Okay, salary go.
Salary.
No, Hindu.
Okay.
Yeah, but Mami explain it. Be intro. Say management ye buy no ye beto sebio eka 500 Ghana cedis. Our ambition is ye be together with the board, you better clear 500 cities, Now going forward, before another management bebano, now you am accumulating another debt to that team. Sign-on fees, okay. The outstanding sign-on fees are about 1.55 million Ghana cedis. Outstanding. Assume say you had high players in the buy, 9 players in the buy initially. Assume say 9 players, Ubia sign-on fee of a year. Of even 50,000, which is the average we've seen. That's another 450,000. Okay, that's just sign-on fee for that particular year. So you are looking about 2 million Ghana cedis sign-on fee. You are not talking about salaries, monthly, and all other costs. You are not talking about transfer fees. Now, let's see the brain behind the abolition of the sign-on fees. It's very important that we explain for people to understand. Assuming Kotoko sign 10 players this season, 10 will be a transfer fee, averagely is 80,000 Ghana cedis. You are looking at 800,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Ubia so sign-on fee 50,000 cedis. You are for the first year. You are looking at 500,000 Ghana cedis. It means for that recruitment alone, you are looking at 1.3 million Ghana cedis. Let's assume say existing 20 players existing players 20 players will be also a standing sign-on fee for that particular year of 50,000 averagely. How much are you looking at? That's 1 million.
Okay.
So now you are looking at 2.3 million. And Sana every month. Now let's look at it from the perspective of the club. It's a huge bulk money going up front. Gate process and buy up front, about match day by match day. Sponsorship and buy up front, about either monthly or quarterly. So sustainability becomes what? A problem if you churn out this huge amount up front. Now let's look at players. In players be a bar, even on the club perspective. Almost to me and boss, how much did you fat sign on this year then? Echo. Please, we are GG. Even those who had judgment there, supporters say, hey, we'll buy a boy, we'll 5 matches. But
don't try to come Monday eventually.
But the sign on fee, the ball cash. So what we have done is that, we a player, you are a professional. We are in a professional league. See. Player Okrumwa, ABA, also man a sign on fee of 60,000 Ghana cedis, okay? Which is about $12,000. No one someone every month they be a 2,500 cedis. Or if I say 3,000 cedis, which is about $500. If you add that by multiply by 12 months, that's $6,000. In a year, no one $18,000. Or say in Jamaica, Ethiopia, I could get $1,000 a month, which comes to a total of what? $12,000.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ethiopia, there's no sign-on fee because of monthly bulk in our own Ethiopia. Now we are saying that instead of so player no bulk 60,000, maybe I could talk but some the 3,000 also no because of high cost of maintenance. Now the concentration now on kuni home bomb team no. Let's do a bulk salary for the player. Now, right? Say, let's assume, let's say, just 6,000 cedis a month, asemka. Now call bankers or so, me to asase. Na me to car. Na every month, monte me 2,000 cedis. And find to your car. They will look at your bank statement and then they will say, because you have a kind of saying,
of course, salary,
constant,
yeah.
You know, you pay amount. But here is the case: why just 60,000 I show, but what they are every month to you 2,000 cedis. What the bank statement call bank on wow. So we need to also help the players build themselves, such that as a player, no, a salary that is equal to maybe your core university or a graduate. Because if a graduate who has come out of university is working in a bank and is earning 3,500 or 4,000 cedis a month. Now, Premier League player, in your bank statement cannot reflect, say, you earn equal or more. It's a problem.
Okay.
Obia names of YG, sister Bia Kakotas, as to baby. And you see, so I sign on fee, and one a year accumulated that Yabet 214.555 million. If it was easy to pay, why was it outstanding? And we need to make it easier for both the club and the players, so that going for a Nubia Ubehareno.
Well, it looks like players need be Tiasi, been soon Tiasi, and the you will call back and forth. But Nana, sponsorships, Asante Kotoko. Me assure what to be a lot of criticisms on you, and they say, oh, sponsorship deals, you don't know what's in it. Seek, for example, say $100,000.
$100,000 cash and product. Cash 50,000, products 50,000.
Cash in the 50,000. Products 50,000. VR, products in a day.
Or more headphones.
VR,
almost I wore the VR headsets.
Okay.
And even as part of that, we're supposed to develop content together where we share 50-50.
Okay.
And find say, time with the CEO. Na conform cost subscribe now almost
Skype
views, I was say we're supposed to develop products together.
Okay.
Kotoko branded products, say Kotoko headphones near there, percentage. That is the initial agreement. That is separate from the Southampton part now. And I'll take this opportunity to explain.
Saddam doesn't with your £120,000 a year. Nothing subscription
is the most blatant lie I've heard all my life. I don't say can come to hey me said as a journalist of your caliber, what information be? The next thing is verification. The first source of verification is where the information is supposed to be.
Okay.
And my information. Oh, my number. Which mean your David number. Oh, David. That is a say na Martin. What is your side? Before you even go out. That I believe that is the best.
There's also another angle. There's also another angle to
okay,
it.
Say it.
And it's maybe any bakona chancing on a document.
You see,
our document, a woman
because you cannot. You jump into conclusion and you disgrace yourself. And let me explain why. Southampton are partners with Kotoko, not partners with SIG. Southampton proposal, there was no the initial agreement with Kotoko. There's no payment. Kotoko to have Southampton pay. There was an option. How many other clubs in other countries here, where they get the opportunity to train youth development coaches within the region now. And we as management say, this will be a good corporate social responsibility thing, because if we can help youth development coaches, and I've shared with management and they buy into it, because you can't players and they don't the base of football. Because training at the lower level also are not well trained. So this is something that we need to go into, but we can't afford it. How do we get it? Okay, let's go to SIG. SIG are always looking for content. This development, youth development, the ongoing project, can be a content for them. Youth
development of Kotoko.
No. Kotoko youth development, they say no. And no, Southampton are partnering us to build.
I know they are free. You are not paying anything.
We are not paying anything. But if you want to develop coaches who are not Kotoko coaches within the Asante region, youth coaches, as part of Kotoko. That's
not an NDRF.
No. You see, Kotoko. Now, I see it as the fulcrum for developing economic food basket of Asante region, and also the platform to develop football within the Asante region. All these big clubs in Europe and everywhere, they do this community thing. Alali, do you know how many smaller academies Alali adopt to Egypt? Do you know how many? 500. You can cross check. 500 academies across Egypt, and every year, no, players 1, 2, 3 be more. Otherwise, they would have bought for millions. Alali spends on them. I can give you the number of the Alali director in charge of all these academies, and you will see. So, man, because when these talents are developed, Kotoko Academy now free with Southampton. Where are we going to pick the talents from? From within the same core system and the Division 2, Division 3 system in Ashanti region. So if Kotoko can have an opportunity to help in that direction, why won't we even take it? Now let me go on to it. We shared it with Seek, and Seek said this is brilliant. One other thing, Kotoko sponsorship proposal any company across the globe. One portion is about then our proposed partnership with Southampton. We say if you go to Southampton, you want to associate with Southampton, you may pay millions of pounds, but through Kotoko you can ambush an association with Southampton without paying much. But what do I say? Let's assume say now. Okay, let me explain to you.
Question now.
No. Calm down and let me.
They said people breaking it down.
Breaking it down. So Southampton needs Seek. Seek name Southampton. Southampton name Seek. Omuni association be.
Okay.
Say Seek person Southampton player, and I Southampton tweeted BB about Seek. They will pay millions of pounds because they have to have an agreement with them, a partnership with them.
Okay.
But Southampton will partnership with Kotoko. Seek will partnership with Kotoko. What am I say? So if I say Southampton for Bahasi now Yenam, now we are showing live on Seek. Now Kotoko players in the share. Southampton Seek headphone. Almost Shatadia. Your partners in our home, Southampton boom, Seek boom. Seek are invariably getting mileage. No, it's posted on Southampton website or Twitter page. Seek are invariably getting advantage at Southampton now. They've not paid for.
And Southampton are also getting advantage from Seek.
Exactly. So we bring our partners together. So in this case, Seek agreed that we'll pay for you to have that community listing, so we can also have some advantage with Southampton because the thing will be broadcasted on Seek. So we went to Southampton. It's okay. This is what we've gotten. Can Seek pay you directly? They said they went to their finance and legal. They said no, they cannot pay us directly because we don't have a direct association with Seek. However, they can give you that money, so you give to us. So let's have an addendum to the agreement. We say we don't have a problem. And so far they say. Over Southampton agreement with Kotoko, you will see say Kotoko will give Southampton an amount. It's a chance on it and you conclude. But why don't you take the Seek agreement, which also says that Seek will give Kotoko an extra money to be given to Southampton? What did I say?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? If you take this agreement, also I've chanced on this to make a year. Okay, you'll be mistaken, remember? And the point is that I have a board. I have a board secretary who is the medium of exchange between me and the board. So TMU, if the board secretary comes to me for documents, I give him and I explain, and he sees that okay, this agreement is a lawyer, it makes sense. Then or the Kotoko, for me the can't send people. Na ebia obi kofa baako no shame. See not passing my obia. The person has done a disservice to Asante Kotoko. But how does that affect the 100,000 that Seek is giving to Kotoko separately? It does not affect Kotoko in any way. Obibeka said and I catch a sick no fast as can one if I can't Kotoko there nowhere. Seek as a company also wants the advantage. Yembusa was Argentina and can seek a different partner. Southampton a different partner. But you launch both partnerships the same day on the same platform. They all spoke and they spoke about this program. Ultimately.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
If SIG had not agreed, somebody to
wouldn't have taken that option.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
This is
the final product, that particular model, as Southampton they buy. See, developing Ghana football, delivered by Southampton, powered by SIG. Look at it. You can take my phone and look at it. Take my phone and look at it.
Okay.
This is separate from whatever Southampton is doing with Kotoko in terms of our academy, in terms of commercial.
Introduction of coaching course, coach completion presentation events. When it's end, I'm going to say, brother, he's looking at GFU.
No,
I don't know, but fine. Maybe helping, the local community.
Is there any club where it's source in the world that all helping local community? Right, tell me, you know it.
But then you may be saying no. When announce this partnership now. Now Obian Tiasiena
Kotoko ni seek in Southampton launch recently.
Nasayadian.
But but so much mu ansana this revelation will be full so you obey.
There will be so a chance on document.
This launch happened before that. Obibia no was shebia. One is a Southampton for no seek explain this animal win na. And you see the video is still there.
Okay.
Uko SIG platform now. You can still watch that video and hear from the Southampton and SIG themselves. And ya Kotoko Nebeka, you see, yamfa obuoma Kotoko. Recently, Matthias see, and Kotoko just in the crowd, Mokoto, and I say, Sebi you. Say Kotoko management now. Unji and now respect here. Area for now, so omu respected website, omu cultural, and almost winji omundiana. Let's be fair to ourselves.
Coming back, kits no. Say 6,000 pieces, and motor at 12.50, 12.5 euros.
6,000 replicas.
6,000 replicas. Okay. 12.5 euros.
And also the Abramo.
Generally, that is 83,000 euros.
Okay.
And a mutia for these pieces, no.
And we are replicas.
No. Okay. And of course, quality no
replica no quality is the same as what the players are wearing. You can compare. So, and we management opted for that. Replica no buy anything less than. And you see, even area wouldn't have done it because area just has something called Ecotest certification in there. That's a certain standard that a brand like area will not come below. And the quality na players in the channel is the same quality. Replicas in a year, and the actual factory price for it is 23 euro at factory level. I know who are
12.50.
Do you know the magic I had to do to arrive at that?
Discount.
Uko area website Kotoko Replica return saying.
Is it 60 euros?
60 euros. Convert to cedis.
60 euros.
6742. Okay. 420 cedis. Your turn is saying what? At the final price
200 and something
240 the same quality.
Okay.
And your website out to one now by PBBL dia ba beduha shaped cleared still at that code. Do you know how that magic happened? When we engineer such things to happen, let's give credit where credit is due. Let's not malign people for being ingenious. It's not. It doesn't encourage.
I am sure people are asking questions based on.
So I was expecting you, sir. No disrespect. How much? Because you see his chance on the document. How much?
No, I'm not trying to. Information I received.
Information I received. Was it a full information or
no? That is why I'm asking you.
Okay.
Because the essence of asking, I'm asking.
Kotoko gets 56,000 euros worth of goodies as sponsorship from area every year. 56,000 euros. And the condition to maintain that 56,000 euros coming every time, you have to sell 6,000 replicas bought at 12.5 euros. Kotoko will make profit. Let's say Yediabedu, Yetono, this amount. Of course, Kotoko is supposed to make an amount in between. Aside 56,000, free, you know. Replica can see I'm torn 12 euros. Of course, but you ship any idea. Final price and also amount for also to also unyanfaso. And you know what is wrong about this? You are getting something free. There is a condition to meet. Through meeting that condition, you still generate revenue.
That would be good. That would be
better, you know. Kotoko gets 200,000 CDs for selling 200,000 replicas, which is impossible. You can't sell 200,000 replicas.
Strike them. A more the can be fitting a year go far.
Less.
A more befitting kit sponsor. But areas who told you on their website.
12.5 euros. No comment here saying.
12.5 in 400 and something, right?
Okay. No, 12.5 euros.
Euro 6, right? And
7.
Nothing more euros minimum.
Two comment here saying roughly.
12.5 euros 6 crowd.
That's 87.5
cities.
Shipping by, clearing by. Nipa or tons will be the profit on it. What you say? Also from Kotoko as a certain price. Okay, exactly.
Okay.
And you see, let's be fair to ourselves. Let's not create certain be just maligned people.
Oh, you feel that's the idea.
Because how can you say on authority say Kotoko justice free area?
Probably because you did not give the information. And no, giving you.
And why don't you seek clarification? What stops you? And you know, seeking clarification. Are you saying it's a far phone now frame here? Me just between me and you, I will not explain. Let's together. We are not doing against one another. We are building an industry for all of us. Sebi, imagine Sebi one of my can come you say, you're not pure from my AC. Not me friend can come at a pure say you. I'm going to another station, America. Would that be fair to you?
No.
It won't be fair to you.
Well, talking about sponsorships now, okay, let me jump to this one. Me sure some Kotoko asem mutieni nyina no. I'm not sure it is to malign anybody. Na been so omo nyina so obu ogu Kotoko no odokra chain omo mo ogu to gonim no. But they will ask questions because probably the questions answers may be on open no man say nyankai. And then from say Mayano Bareto Nansem said because he has block you no Mayano Bareto I interview be like I said there are a lot of problems in Kotoko currently. Na players no kramko I'm also a catcher management. Omoko training. Well, almost some Johnson problem. They have to go to the bush. And is that in live television?
Nah, news to you.
And then news to me though. But I thought those things. At this day and age,
day and age.
Yes. Because this has
day and age management. You buy no. Do you see a solution ongoing?
I see
you as a person.
I see a solution in sight.
Do you see a solution or an ongoing solution?
I see the solution in sight. I've always seen it. Dr. Keke Sapo almost started Jumasa. We saw the solution in sight. Like a temporary structure be to sort that problem out because it looks like a hand power. And aside, I don't know.
Temporary structure. Fanese Yekofa Tio. When we say the prefab project, container project. The cashier prep offices, everything in there. Where them and ukra who atem didie. Cause temporary stuff and say you buy this you container no half. O the yet toilet mo nyun som. Was we fit nyabotre.
Criticisms are not atem didie.
Nyabotre.
But
ni enwie we answer. Anka obeti ni amobesa aka. You see let's be fair to ourselves.
No, but if nobody will, it's not everybody who agree with what you do.
No,
but you have some people who agree and some people disagree.
I don't expect that, but black is black. Black can never be white, and white can never be black.
Exactly.
Yeti dem way. So catch them say they were black because we were opinion. That is absurdity.
That is different from.
What's an American say?
Example, a
good example because who can say, "Baby, I'm begging so crazy ni ho." And so be kofa ketua bi besi ho. Now say where they don't throw where they say. Is that no absurdity?
So obi kase ebi ama eni gasa ko bi ye ni say e wasn't komu ye ni say ya. Send your chain adwin.
There's nothing wrong with adwin. But wajin chere no chere wadwin I will say it makes sense to me. And I mean so me chere madwin I will say it makes sense to you and everybody around. There's nothing wrong in adwin chere. But what chere wadwin I will say adwin chere no eto asum ma obi bia otie. But what am I say? Enti no se bio na ebi ni ho. Oba ye ne no call ye chere no ebi ni o ye bi. Say but you see obi be ka say oh mu ka say mo be in within this period ada na ache. At the time I share that Gojachi project nasi, na you be any say be call Obuasia could 117,000 cedis plus for games. I be bono. I beka expenditure no. Na obi any say be boy matches wa Accra Kotua hotels to the point ya anticipate. But you utie me. At the time ni any say players e ka bi wo ho a e bia Kwame Bonsu beba beje 177,000 cedis. Ako. Na yenim search for Totoku e beba beje 120,000 ako. Na yenim say all this place beba beje, but you need to deal with it. Enti no e sika kro na o, e na obutam be sika no wen no. Enti no say adakoja achi na obetimi awie within 3 months. Now all these outgoings kwa. How do you finish in 3 months? At the same time, don't forget. So what the players can sign on fee over 2 years. Now, your project. You want the players to be comfortable. And you hear even maybe you'll be now you say now who see when this immediate car or the 8 year sign on fees when your car koya adakoja project.
95.7.
People consider say adakoja na o and open comfortable no so. But what in American say? Ebi awo papa no de wadwene se e wo se upe roofing ma oba edem upe baby ma oba da oba no say na da untia me school fees ya sack me from school unzo so ko bodan so ma kodem what man say at some point you know ebi also ujai half of the roofing now man no pay baby now you den go to your school fees no now man no so your my den o ma sumdwe in management enye easy.
The coach man tiase za nemo wenya.
Oh, I mean, you see, me person me can so also waka there.
Me be boy interview.
Me just wa explain. Coach by the first time I go church. We took him to the project. And yes you me aye new. Say be am benya mo office bi. Asem kai ni say enti de na Kotoko ni bibi say. Cause ono Kotoko no nim he expected that something bigger than that and no heading.
Oh, expected.
Oh, be him. But a boy about to say at least yeah bibi sir. But ultimately and this is no secret say we are trying to start from somewhere. During my unveiling Mikaye and I keep saying say an uncompleted mansion for me and me can say me see a completed chamber and hall for me and functioning is better than an uncompleted mansion unless the mansion is completed.
Yeah, that's true.
Ultimately ain't you know see where we are, does anything stop us saying yes expanding the more?
Of course,
I've been to clubs in Europe on my budget 12 million a year, 15 million a year.
That is
even 30 even 30 million a year. Our more facilities are any bigger than here Wadakoja, but it's functional. There's a club called Olympia in Slovenia. It's a basketball before Kumasi. It's owned by former Portsmouth owner Milan Mandaric. Uko club no secretariat is like pure mo studio. these 2 rooms. That's the club secretariat. But it functions. Because a fax now by a phone call now by a website now by check a function. Let's think more about functionality before we think about how big a structure is. Because the danka crown why a block after block and I bet danko crew. If you think about it as this huge mansion, huge structure, you may not even start. Say, hey, wait, they mean to me. But OTS just say a block after block, break after break. Now chance you get somewhere. When I can say na the Kotoko is 86 years this year. And I'm a boy. 86 years, you know. You can say the next 4 years away before you be 90. Every year you be set near Wadako Jachia. By the time we are 90 no. Now you do, baby. We have plans to put an astroturf there. Sebio, say next year. Me yase yanko Africa. Me yapa, but sika de ko Africa no. Do, baby no. A bit this year. See that revenue no wa. A bit me astroturf. Me no kura wa Wadako Jachia pa. See ye back. Yeah, fence wall. Yeah, apartment back towards next year. And I read Dr. Kekes upon the say, by apartments are yako renting. Say, by players in stay in a hotel for a long time. So imagine, say players stay in a hotel at 200 cedis a night. Over a month, it's 6,000 cedis. The same player bit matna apartment at 600 cedis a month. That's 10% of what we would have paid. But even that 600, no, our ultimate aim is say you be reduce 600, no, even lesser, by building our own apartments, so that young concotina will be due. So there are plans in place to drive the club to the enviable economic viability now, by reducing costs and generating more revenue. But Rome was not built in a day. We are making giant steps and baby steps. We have been very bold this first year to take certain decisions. We know, say, sporting excellence is dear to the heart of Kotoko fans. And we pushed and pushed and pushed. Obibeka said, oh, it's been a very bad season. Until Yakobo House of Folk. We were at the same point with House of Folk. Despite all these challenges. Indeed, America said, I'm a person who call challenges in MOP because despite that.
Because challenges and also to forge ahead. You look at the challenges and it looks like more challenges, some of my colleagues are pointing out that you don't take them too well.
And yes, I know, right. Sebio, me of a B.
I mean, question with them, Troy, and them, that Troy. A bimu who say. As a wunya butre eba no what charge say me and because of that of me unti so be can say yeah arrogant da
oh mati bebre na meti a me busa me ho say how is the interpretation say say obi a say no interpret be fa obi wo kra ohun da or show say bright this giant guy bright no more for me can say go bright we that about bright obechire ne hu no aka ebia na bright won kire wo obi ti hai ene ma minchuki no obi waware
David
enti na otibi frame 3 am no me gina for so to 5 am me na me yaro ka duro buzaro obi be buaka obi ti frame 1 am oni be gina for so to 3 am nana we mintia se nana we adentina say nana we adentina say ni nya abocheche ni nyina mu obi se me buaka. But initially, now you frame your own yameno. He has certain mindset, say, Nana arrogant. There were times he said certain things, you are aware. But obe whom mena, whom nipa me, what to be frame anytime. After a friend I'm to be meeting, what he has here. Onyamen soa, it me call hours. Ask him the odd hours of framing. Into menya arrogant. Sebe, I have experienced so much in this life at my young age, say, I cannot be arrogant. Right there, idea me we are see assume me boom most, I respect most, I cherish most, and I celebrate most. Say my kodana, I'm sorry, because it's not a giving, of course, a privilege
by the grace.
By the grace. Now I say at the point of your death, at the time I know, when your bodan for no nam wana home, edge the survive and Kabeji. Only twice or about them.
But that is the perception people are getting.
What are you doing? Humble yourself.
What are you doing to change that perception? I be going to say Nanaya the aso ya homaso. Nanaya you the koko or bibi banas or the bufu and me make your case in the moment and say because obviously assemble also unyabute libya fire rangers they be issue no they be issue about money players any money strike in terms as a koko kakra wa
obi I won't say obi and TBBSia I was saying over Canada one mention strike Ubusa chips at the number of times I'm going to have a meeting on the strike deal. You'll be surprised. Menka Engu Ubi any massive. But even at the time the strike deal was announced, management were not ready to announce it. A mistake will be here in the PA. Fair enough. We dealt with it. It doesn't mean that we didn't have the intention to terminate.
They're not terminating, I'm sure.
We engage.
More befitting.
Listen, Bright. Kind of actions elicit what? Reactions. What am I saying?
Okay.
Nanaya is not arrogant, neither is my management. Sometimes, don't say, who can say be? Yes, you can say players, players. My management and colleagues, if there's one criticism of their mamma, is how I've even lied down for players to work on me. I'm telling you, David, they have criticized me at times. I don't know. Players crime even when we believe the players have erred now work on our power much because a child Panama players and I'm on my year idea or some of your mass and Kotoko. I will do it. It doesn't take anything away from me. But what am I saying? Ain't you know so Ubia only mono or Becca yes me found to soon a man. That is mine. My account also
by managing by your position. For instance, I will deal with a lot of people. I will you have to do something to change the perception. May a little bit of political communication. See if I be constructive imagery. So be any sad in the far one. Uka be crazy kind. Maybe at that time, no, maybe I can only you. And also my young ones
say, hey, you can sort to say, so say on
of course.
And I can say, easy. And there is a certain concept of give a dog a bad name and hang it. There are some people who are also like that. Say, hey, Ubi dear, Sebio, Yanka say Ubi dear, or she, you know, say Ubi can be our say a guy. A be so nipa no can who find any who be crass Sebia on Nam Tower crapping. But there are perceptions that people also create. And yet, you study see there is no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
But you Bright, you've seen a lot of smoke and fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obi, remember also.
Oh no, I need the home right.
But there's this thing about if I strike, you know, I understand that there are meetings also other compensating strike. I mean, as a board, you know, I just to say strike justice Replica on the bench now go in the room.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate.
The word is not
accurate. So it means that
there's no, as I speak, there is no compensation anywhere. It's not accurate. Let's leave it.
There's no compensation, but discussions are also
not accurate. We've passed that conversation.
Kotoko
has a sponsor in area. No disrespect to anybody. Let's focus.
Okay. Now, then I don't know, but me sure be a team watching. I say, Obi Ketwebi. The number of why interviews, we interview, our reactions come after interviews. No, I want us to address all those things. I always believe that we always have to agree to disagree. Sure. There's this thing about auditing firm. Say management, my appointed auditing firm.
Management has no power if you know how the corporate
of course, yeah.
setting works in corporate governance.
Yeah.
Directors and appointed auditors.
Ordinarily, girls and case shareholder.
Okay. Yes. Okay. But directors can also, I believe, can appoint auditors. So and yet possible some management by appointing auditors.
Because
let's leave it at that.
As some bonsu auditing firm, and I know what that. You say omunye kodo auditors be.
Okay. Well, say name be over, but let me take this opportunity to explain it.
Explain
in a way that does not sound anything aloud. Fairly, you know, I'll just ask questions and you deduce from it. Every auditing firm has a number of years per the company's code. You can audit one company, a number of years.
Yeah.
One institution. I'm sure you are aware of that. So just oppose that with say management under regulations cannot also appoint auditors. But what you say? So if an auditing firm can audit a particular company for a certain number of years, which they cannot go beyond, that's a management does not have the power to appoint auditors. I'm sure so you can do your deduction. One follow. No,
I understand. We'll say management doesn't have the power to appoint auditors. Yeah. And according to the laws of this country, and one auditing firm cannot continually audit one firm
over a certain
period of time. Yes. In this case, the board took the decision.
It's a board decision, yeah.
The board took the decision. Okay, well, Obi, right, Dr. Grace Board in Swabanti, and then Dr. Grace Board in so Edne Twaso. Obi questions near say Yamreno.
Oh, sir, questions no. Your questions be or an no into your questions be or what? Amount for and amount for petty pa. And amount for. Only Dr. Che first board no. Dr. Che na mounts aso. Only Dr. Che relationship to saying and would they ever would they ever get back to this stage?
Yes.
Okay. They will get back to this stage.
Also, seek ma Kotoko $100,000 in cash and products.
Yes.
I must spend you on the Adakojachi project.
No, we can't win.
One can say.
Man, can say we spend it on Adakojachi.
Okay, about how much they give you.
Yes.
So how many products na seek the ama Kotoko sisi ama take delivery of?
I'm saying you take delivery of about 60 to 60 headphones. We are supposed to have we are supposed to have 150 headphones and 50 headsets. But due to COVID, no, production conform they are not operating as normal as. But this is what we are entitled to.
And Sikasa na Sik etia through Kotoko ema Southampton.
They are supposed to pay £40,000
a month.
No,
a year. Okay. In Sembi Base Asante Kotoko, the hotels bika wo Kumasi in crime. Any some outstanding medical bills. Taking into consideration, say it could be the hotel bika no financially sounder. Why do you want to pay £40,000 to Southampton?
I will ask you, sir. Take away the Southampton model now, a coaching, we'll still give Kotoko £40,000 apart from the 100,000.
So,
no, the question is
yes,
because I have explained.
Yes, you've
earlier,
explained. Yes, but in terms of priorities, knowing what your financial situation is,
priority, don't say, seek is in a year, no, penny Kotoko we can only give Kotoko $100,000 cash and products. That is the end of the conversation.
Okay.
They only came in to take advantage of this one because of what they will get from Southampton.
Okay.
Many can say Southampton is sick. I'm having a joint conversation where Southampton wants to use the VR for their players. Who brought them to the table?
Okay.
Kotoko.
Ifori when international legal rep or
and Mati allegation said
Bosume
$2,000 approved by the board. Let me explain. Yaba and Yebu said as for Tetoku represent Kotoko in one case and was entitled to $25,000. Just one case. Okay? $25,000. Just one case.
Yeah.
Divide that by 12.
25,000 by 12.
25,000.
That's
if you divide by 12, I say
averagely 1.2.
Averagely 2,000. Almost 2,083.
Yeah, 2,000. Yeah.
For just one case.
Yeah.
$25,000. Now let me take you with me somewhere. Hold on a second. I just want to help with this education.
Okay.
Okay. 1 second. Oh, come on. Nilo. F4. Okay. So
95.7.
look at this. Okay. Okay. Come on.
But 2000.
Hold on a second.
2000.
Who is this? Hold on. Okay. Who is
Yes.
this? Is on BBC, right?
Yeah, BBC is on BBC.
BBC.
Yeah.
Nilo Efori explaining to the world. Or you'll be a resource person at BBC. Sky. I'll show you another picture.
Yeah, I've seen all of those pictures. No.
So Sky, BBC,
CNN. I've seen
CNN.
Yeah.
This is an astute international top lawyer. Call for ideas. And this person agrees to take this amount to represent Kotoko in all international cases.
How much?
At $2,000 a month, which is less than what Asante, who is not a lawyer, took for one case. Because we didn't want a situation where case we have a cover we were making $25,000. Case we have a cover we were making $25,000.
But knowing
so
Kotoko's,
let's have one person who will be there for us. Which one Kotoko contract players sign? You cannot compare it to what they used to sign. Who did this contract?
On one
So
more lawyer.
You see, there is sports law and there is general law. Sebi, Omona Samoa case, lawyer Benibidi.
Labor law.
Knox Hotel case, lawyer Benibidi. Polar case, lawyer Benibidi. But when it comes to sports law, it deals with the specificity of sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need an expert. You see, we should be thankful and also appreciate the fact, say, we are trying to reduce costs.
Okay.
Because they asked for Nkwati in one case, something that will pay Nilo over a year to take care of all other cases. Are we not reducing
so
costs?
You think Nilo's appointment is far better than a pay as you go?
Exactly. Okay. No, but we have done the mass.
Okay.
Compared to the Asante case, it's virtually the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
But
you know how many,
but the difference with Asante and so people making the argument that and it is Kaba and Omakoyen Wojuma. When he's likely you can pay him for 2 years without
Kaba free.
Say
about
say buy no free
no.
It's likely that you pay him for 2 years, 3 years.
So you assume say me busa a question BCC I say and I say me busa a question me can say me say the current contract a players sign. You see, when you have a lawyer and a retainer, all drafts, even advice on matters, all goes into that retainer. In Chadibi one can be in a certain way. I'm cost you so much money. You won't go that route. You go via that advice to save money.
Okay.
And I'm a boy.
Okay.
And you're okay, my boy.
Me meet here. Now, Fabio Gama and Vinicius, how much went into the acquisition? Transfer fees, agents commission.
Okay. Transfer fee and agents commission.
Yeah, transfer fee and agents commission for Fabio Gama.
Fabio Gama
and Vinicius.
I'll take it one after the other. Transfer fee for Fabio Gama. There was an agent's commission or $10,000, which has not been paid.
Okay.
Fabio Gama, everything, transfer fee, BBR, put together, acquisition of Fabio Gama, $10,000, which is about 60,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Now, and it has not been paid yet. It has not been paid yet. Take note of that.
To Fabio Gama Modeka.
Yes, we've not paid the commission yet.
Vinicius,
nothing. No commission, no transfer fee.
Nothing.
No agent fee.
Zero. Okay.
So anything to prove otherwise.
You rejected a job in the UK for Kotoko. Which job was that?
Listen. I've rejected jobs. I won't go into that conversation.
No, we want to know which.
You cannot force me to say. The reason being that even some people have felt disrespected and said, it's not. Though, you see,
okay.
If you, let's
no.
talk about things.
I mean,
let's
it's
talk about
important.
things.
It's important.
We are not arguing.
But Obi, the question then answer.
Progressing. When you say Kumasi journalist, what's the definition? Because I've heard you on a lot of occasions, Kumasi journalist. My social dictionary Muswa Kumasi journalist.
Kumasi journalist, journalist.
Make our answer Kumasi journalist. Kumasi based journalist.
Okay.
You see, let's listen.
No.
When you ask the question, it doesn't mean that when you ask the question, you won't give the opportunity for an answer. We are here for a very important discussion. Let's be.
Let's progress.
Mm-hmm.
So you've not said that.
What's your next question?
No, you've not said that.
I say Kumasi-based journalist.
Kumasi-based journalist.
There are Accra-based journalists. There are Sunyani-based journalists.
Okay.
Is there anything wrong in that?
No problem.
No, is there anything wrong? We are learning. I'm asking you.
No.
Say so. I correct it.
My feeling was there's no point in segregation. Kumasi journalist. This journalist.
So when you say London-based journalist, there's something wrong with that?
I'm just hopefully.
Or a Cairo-based journalist.
I'm just hopefully ends there.
Depending on the context.
Okay.
So what has been the contest?
View, Instat. What has been the impact of these software or technologies on Kotoko's performance?
Fantastic impact. Now, Menoka saying at the end of the season, reported, then we have data, statistical data to back the report that we'll do, which otherwise would have been Butrimuka.
Okay. Communications director Ewaha. A lot of your communication has been online. You know more Binchi Market, Swan Magazine, Force Line, KJTIA. How do you get to them? Okay. And how many times would that be in terms of the consistency of that?
Obi, communication is not only by way of radio or television.
Okay.
And I'm sure you know that.
Very well. Obano, what the idea be by academy be pictures be? I mean, this fantastic. Nana, tartan tracks with 400 meters around floodlights. Ajarianko and some of the things Nana promised. Also, a modern sports gym to be established at Adakojachi. A wellness spa comprising of salt room, steam room, hydrotherapy bath, tropical rain showers. Let's progress. Restaurant, cafe, bar, conference. Please, yes, you have 3 years to perform. Daben and Pacho Weber.
Yes, you know who now.
That's
what Nyamasha say.
Okay.
If on the day we unveil Adakojachi, we invite you to come and see.
I'll be there.
Then based on that,
I'll
you judge
there.
whether you buy it.
I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll be there. Very well. Nana,
the journey of 1,000 miles begins
with a step. Very well. Ivan Sowusu 33,000. Calvin Andor 65,000. Ayiku 65,000. Abbas Mohammed 41,600. George Asari 32,000. Richard Menu 32,000. Maxwell Baku 35,000. And of course, Maxwell could not be figured. When you have a club that is in this sort of financial distress, I mean, why these losses?
They are not losses. Now, let me explain to you. I wish that can you go through the components of each. Now, Boba could be an Musa question.
Calvin Ando 65,000.
Outstanding sign-on fees. You don't know.
I mean, the verdict of the players.
But you have seen the verdict.
Yes.
Verdict in say a year 20 outstanding sign-on fees. A car Kotoko the player.
Yeah. No, that I don't have.
So you should know. You have the verdict.
No.
Yeah, no way ni mu account contract. No mamu wechiama.
No.
Everyone some mamu tia salaries no till the contract ends.
Yes. Residual salary. We as management disagreed with the residual salary portion of the ruling, and let me explain to you why. Untimi en free Kotoko, okay? Now Kotoko ntuyao, financial free Kotoko this time. Kotoko ntuyao for the next 1 year salary. Now on sign another club in this salary. Uko CAS jurisprudence, FIFA jurisprudence, it doesn't happen. What can I make an answer?
It happened at the FA.
Unyabotre The reason why we did not push to go beyond the FA in these individual matters, and they said, you do cost-benefit analysis. These are separate individual cases of about 6. Okay? Okokasa, each will cost you in initial amount of about 20,000 euros on each one. So do you go spend all this money to go and win individual cases of that nature? Secondly, there were players within the team who were still owed. Do you want to send the signal to them, say, we are fighting your colleagues that we owe you to? I'm asking.
So you decided to pay.
Yeah, the Obi said or free pure yeah the car a certain amount. Once you had the same amount. Now management ni Obi consensus can also muntia. I remember now befa. Exactly. Entino untua Obi dia na means media so wa dream be said untua. So you need to be very cautious of every action you take as a leader.
Well, okay.
You don't just take action.
And anytime you buy, you also get read
final two now, Doctor. Who can say build a Chan-like team? Moving forward, no. Do you still insist? And what's the recruitment policy for next year?
Did we achieve the Chan-like team? In your own estimation. Sorry, I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I wish. Yes, I wish we would have gone through all your signings.
So let me explain to you.
Those signings.
What is a Chan-like team? A Chan-like team need team one. See a friend, let's say a friend and a Chan team one. For Ghana, majority, a lot will get into it. Your friend, even the real Black Stars, the Black Star A, we had about 6-7 players going there from Kotoko. It's on record. Which means that if we were calling a Chan team, we would have had more ordinarily.
Yeah.
So we built a Chan-like team.
Okay.
I also said that in the medium to long term, we'll be building a Wafa-like team backed by the Kotoko fans.
Absolutely.
So there you have your answer.
Okay. So we are looking forward to an academy that will build a Wafa-like team. So it's win at all cost model or a profit maximization model?
Kotoko is a team that goes into every competition to win. Kotoko team one.
Okay.
Profit maximization only comes from building the right structures. First, you need to break even. You need to set the club on an economically viable platform.
Okay.
Otherwise, sporting performance will not come.
Okay.
Sporting performance cannot be separated from the structures you build.
Very well. Board of directors, no more copies of contracts are signing with all sponsors and partners.
Yes, through the board secretary.
They have copies.
Yes.
There's proper appraisal, or there's a response, as in they are excited about this sort of contract and all of that. Do they give you a feedback? We
have board meetings, and I get feedback all the time. Has a board member told you they are not happy about the contract?
No, I heard the many copies of contracts are signing.
It's not true.
Okay.
There is a channel through which a CEO communicates with the board.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, I know.
And who is that person?
But the CEO also builds a nice relationship with the board.
But CEO does not carry documents and go straight to board members and distribute.
I understand.
He goes through the proper corporate governance structure.
Exactly. Exactly. By unorthodox,
No. Let's do the proper thing if we want to achieve.
No, but only saying human-based institution is also good to build relationships too.
Yes, we have relationships, but you must also respect the structures.
Okay. You respect the structures and build relationships.
Yes, but you respect the structures still.
Okay.
NCC. Okay, sir, Maxwell, can I do case nearby? No, negotiated on behalf of the club, whichever way. Are you pleased with NCC leadership? And now what difficulties be and a challenge?
No, I'm pleased with their leadership. They've been very supportive. Wow. Extremely supportive.
Okay. Last but one. Any and all of that, do you have any intentions of suing them?
Every issue will be dealt on its own merits.
Do you sue? Why? No.
There's a question you ask.
Do you know SMMs?
Yes, I know SMMs.
SMMs say you know you're careful.
Jesus Christ. Oba choose esia for 12. Not do baako pa. E che no yi ni mai. Or the a kiss in the yi ni mai.
As my men say you ama.
Tia bebu se no. Or the a kiss in the yi ni mai. I don't think Jesus regrets choosing Judas. Say by Yankopon no nyam bededi.
I said the inference no be beside. That is my men say you ama.
Tie bright. We are say oba nipa Yesu kra ro sansa esuafo infrafo 10 yare. Ba ko ne ba beda na se. Bright wo hey. Unye obi papa.
Abebu odi.
Unye obi papa. Also why anybody pen.
And then okay.
Tino. O see mo mani nyina nyi ne du otwabre na yebehu.
Pastor Nanayo Amponsah. Is Kotoko fit for Africa? Or management, no board, no players?
We didn't qualify for Africa.
No, in case you had qualified. Were you fit?
Would Kotoko have recruited before Africa?
No, in this current state.
Would we have had an opportunity?
No, Kotoko in this current state, is it fit for Africa?
We played in Africa.
No, but
you see, the question you're asking, you don't act like you're arguing.
Oh no!
When you seek education, let the education flow.
Yeah, man, yes, sir.
Nanti America say, who say is Kotoko fit for Africa?
Yes.
Maybe say Kotoko qualify for Africa. Would we have had the opportunity to improve the team? Would we have had the opportunity? If so, why would we have taken a team like that if we had the opportunity to improve? So the question is neither here nor there.
So Kotoko is not fit for Africa, yes or no?
Kotoko will always be fit for Africa.
Yes. You are looking out for a coach as the replacement for Mariano Barreto.
Who told you that? I asked you a question. Who told you that?
But people are wondering how much do you pay him?
So how much do we pay Mariano Barreto?
Yeah.
Plus all the 2 assistants he brought, $8,000.
$8,000 a month. Yes. Plus 2 assistants.
Yes. Bruno Miguel. Yes.
There's a problem, BC.
Oh, he had a family problem. He had a family problem. Personal problem. Obedu, after I think about a month and a half, he has some issues. Mariano explained to us. But based on the fact that Nejuma Notimiye remotely, his video analysis.
It is still Amutuaneka.
He's part of the team. But the arrangement was such that Mariano told us from the beginning, pay me, pay Pedro within that branch, I will take care of Miguel. So we pay Mariano $6,500, we pay Pedro $1,500, and Mariano takes care of the video analyst. But it was explained to the board, they agreed that within that bracket, all of them are entitled to this amount.
Okay.
Abrante, we are friend Asasira Ebenezer Owusu Penyin. In November, we need Star Fan of the Month. And I'm a man of 5,000 Ghana cedis. A free November na besine. Yenya Fan of the Month ni bium.
Yes, because at the time, now your fool say Yebebo Stadium.
Okay.
Nipa Beba will find means to select Fan of the Month. So we agree with the sponsors. Then that was curtailed. So that's as then we looked at Ejuma Anoya at the time and said to the sponsors he deserves to be. By the time he won, a lot of agitations were raised as to how he was selected. So we had to wait for an opportunity to select through the means that was agreed with the sponsors. So since him, nobody has won. Even High Sense are also supposed to give Fan of the Month 5,000 worth of products. But because of the same selection criteria and the issue, we had to curtail it and resolve that before we go forward.
I'll finally make reference to
last question.
Yes, Openyi Chief of Staff.
Openyi Chief of Staff.
Openyi Kofi Bedu.
Chief of Staff. Or sign a letter be na letter no try no MCL Pimso FM phone in your copy. I just want to read a bit of it, then we wrap up. The Lydian Cancer Committee will advise on possible institutional representation as part of the proposal on institutional reforms. The board will be the highest decision-making body of the club, responsible to the sole shareholder for policy formulation and active oversight over management, development, financial control, technical direction, and performance of the club. Against the backdrop of recent disquiet among stakeholders and without prejudice to the outcome of the ongoing Professor Lydian Cancer Committee, His Majesty has tasked the board to rebuild Asante Kotoko Sporting Club brand both for its performance on the sporting field and as a viable, self-sustaining economic entity able to ultimately reclaim its preeminence position among the elite clubs of Africa. Nana, has the club gotten to a stage where it can ultimately reclaim a spot on the continent?
Within a year?
It's not possible.
This board? Of course not. Look at the budgets that others operate. We have a short-term plan, medium-term, and long-term plan. Okay. We cannot assume achievement of long-term plan within a short term. It's not possible.
Okay, Menya, Doc Grams all enjoy conversation. No, you're wrapping up, but Apia Stadium, my friend, is here, also a huge fan of yours. Now, I'm saying there is a big gap between you and the supporters. I said the supporters' leadership, the downtrodden, the supporters. I say they were maybe a very habit time, you know. Say Kotoko supporters, those take their Kotoko, with the Kotoko flags all over. I'm on for a young Kotoko. No, it looks like this time. I say more money board and management, multi baby, and our supporters is good baby.
I know, I mean, can't be true. We are in the COVID era, and a lot of times people forget.
Okay.
So there are a lot of activities our plans to do. Our COVID have curtailed it. At the end of the day, you would have always said, "Oba, you know, maybe our rally be supporters aba, uko meetings be, meeting supporters, town hall meetings be." But there were clear government directives as to even gathering. You know, me stress young emra woman. Anyhow we react to silence when things ease up. Of course, there are several plans we have, but
okay. Okay. Well, Nana, yeah, this year I be able to be a chat to my fans. Nana,
no boss.
Only boss chairman. Some person become once in beam. Intimacy our Daruma.
Na enyumba pan ya onyo sober moments uti. Because me born nyumba kuma. I say pressure down to me.
Pressure them wa.
There was a juma na o ya.
Me person me born.
My favorite here. Me pie boy by Daddy Lumba. So bet me about one.
Very calm as. Very calm. Very calm. Mo dem ko na me boy. Nana, yeah, that's CP. Thanks so much. I mean of flight. I no some mo take me nyana say. More enjoy. Andy the search me na mo. Dr. Grace Bodu so hadok. But also I enjoy conversation. Doc have a trashy. Doc to Kwaba. There be answer the canon. It's maybe I will be ano. You name say Dr. Grace Bodu the about Pumudea. Okay, Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and I say laboratory services. Some young woman, one stop shop. Offer. So we are going to
Papa, me say, me support akure hemi sisi aye koko. So hono. Ya enyanse nkuma akura na doku tati hei. Enkomo emu die no.
Doctor Gazi
wan tehwe kura no. Owura no nwom no obusa aye no. Eno nko abeto na koma so. Enti mesre wada hwehwe ne bo. Ono so ye panse ema dada numba.
Okay. That is number fan kese ba.
Owura no busa ajo no bo tireku. Na ma no moda no fan kasa. Mama na tena se ache.
Dog ready fache me. Mama tazi ache. Mama tazi. Ya fache. Na bibi aboko die. Nso ko jiwa ho me kakra. Eze de waba. Obande no oba.
Ahomeje kwa ye obi ni. O konkra sa ha ye be ha oni pe be pu aba. We de ne ha wo ba we de ba but Nyankopon adom ye ko ye ya ba bedru nyame adom de ko ye